What is up, guys? Welcome to the 19th episode of the Trackside Girls podcast. As always, NASCAR first. Some general stuff with the NASCAR. There's potentially going to be an announcement here soon about the Stewart-Haas Racing Xfinity side of things and what they're going to be doing moving forward. The trademark on the number 8 that was originally held by DEI, which is Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, has been canceled. It officially ran out. The patent on it, I guess that's what you would call it. The trademark is now up for grabs, which I feel like it's obvious that Dale Jr. Immediately jumped on that as soon as Teresa lost it, because that's the number that he drove, and so I feel like he should, if he can't get the rights to his father's number, because of that being RCR, I feel like the next best thing is him getting back his own number when he drove in the 8 car. There was an ARCA race at Iowa over the weekend, and Connor Zilisch won. I feel like at this rate, what type of racing can Connor not do?
That's true.
There is a possibility that, if you guys didn't hear, Martin Truex Jr. is officially retiring from full-time racing at the end of the 2024 season. With that being said, where's Bass Pro gonna go? There are rumors that Bass Pro will potentially go full-time with Noah Gragson, which they do also sponsor Austin Dillon, but everybody seems to believe that that Noah Gragson will be the next driver in line that Bass Pro will be backing. On to the race weekend. Xfinity. That one was a bit of a doozy. So qualifying actually got canceled due to rain, which at this point, it's never a race weekend without the chance of rain.
I mean, let's be real. Todd said it best. He was like, "Why does it always have to follow us?"
Yeah,
because he did tweet that. He said, "Why does it follow us?" I mean, at this point, everybody knows it's not a NASCAR race if there's not rain.
Yeah, basically. So in practice, the main thing to note was Shane Van Gisbergen actually got into the wall into turn 2, and had to go to a backup car. So he, I believe he qualified second and had to go to the rear of the field, but ultimately Austin Hill got pole. And because of Shane Van Gisbergen having to go to the back, Justin Allgaier started on the front row with Austin Hill. Let's see. The first caution for cause was on lap 34. AJ Allmendinger gets into the wall, which did that end his day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought. There were multiple. So, the big question about this weekend was tires and how well they were going to withstand, because they did the tire test at Iowa before, but they didn't really go for long runs. So they were kind of having to test some theories and how things were gonna go. Um, but there were a lot of concerns because there was blistering on the tires and a lot of vibrations coming from cars. So a lot of people were playing it very safe. Um, then lap 72, that the caution came out that would end stage one. Jeb Burton got into the wall after losing a right front tire. And that was the general consensus. Like, a lot of the accidents were due to tire issues this weekend. But Chandler Smith wins stage one. Lap 87, Shane Van Gisbergen spins from 25th and makes contact with Blaine Perkins. And I had some thoughts about that, but it's all good. It's all good. We keep moving. And Kyle Weatherman was also included in that accident. Lap 124, Patrick Emmerling spins, bringing out another caution. Which this is, I feel like out of the two of you, I would say at least Lakota's more vocal about being a Jesse Love fan. Or Lakota just might be more vocal about being a fan in general. but the group chat was very upset whenever on lap 50 or 150, Jesse Love loses a tire and goes into the wall. And it ends his day, which actually, whenever they were dragging his car back to the garage, it caught on fire. So it immediately had to be dropped from the tow truck. The guys who were towing it jumped out of the car, or jumped out of the tow truck, and dropped the car off the hook, I guess. Whatever you want to call it.
Did you see that not only when they got it back to the garage area, they had to take it off the hook as quickly as possible again because it caught on fire again?
It caught on fire a second time?
It caught on fire after he was out of the race, it caught on fire then. And then they were taking it back to the garage and it caught on fire again. Because
That's what I was
someone
talking
posted,
about.
yeah, I was
They
like,
were pulling it through the garage area.
yeah. Fun times. Fun times.
So in the midst of this caution, Ross Chastain and Riley Herbst make contact on pit road. So Riley had to come back down pit road to work on that damage that he got from that incident. Let's see. Lap 202, Justin Allgaier into the wall after losing a right front tire. Lap 218, Austin Hill loses a left front tire and gets into the wall. Lap 230, Brennan Poole goes up in smoke and brings out a caution. I feel like there was some laughing in the group chat after this one. Lap 245, John Hunter Nemechek got into the wall with the flat tire.
Oh, my laugh was about how I laughed when Austin Hill hit the wall.
But
Echoey.
Because of that caution, it did go into overtime, into a green-white checker, with Sam Mayer leading the field to green, Riley Herbst on the inside, and Sheldon Creed third, Corey Heim in fourth. And Sam Mayer ended up winning in overtime this is this was this his first win of the season? I can't remember. No, it's the second.
No,
I think second.
it's a second.
But Riley almost had it for sure.
Yeah, it
Good
was
have.
kind of it was kind of Riley's win. He had it. Sucks.
But with the conclusion of that race, it was Corey Haim's best Xfinity Series result in third, and as well as Riley's best short track result in second. As for the Cup race, so practice, we had quite a bit of problems. Noah Gragson hit the wall. Ty Gibbs lost a tire. Christopher Bell lost a tire and hit the wall. Ross Chastain lost a tire. All of these on like 25 or less laps. So it was starting to get really concerning for the race. And with Ross Chastain losing his tires, the new dolly system was now introduced to us, where they lift the both front and back of the car up, and then they put basically like training wheels on the back end of the car, and then the front you just tow it like normal. It was very weird to see. Very strange. I don't think you would have seen that in NASCAR. But they used the dolly to tow him back to the garage. Austin Cindric got into the wall, and he actually had to go to a backup car. Same with Christopher Bell. Tyler Reddick also with a flat tire in practice. Ross Chastain again spun coming to pit road when practice was over. The way the pit road is at Iowa, you can't really see where pit road is until you're coming around the turn. So like having to judge it, trying to come onto pit road, a lot of the drivers, it was almost very tragic. But I believe Ross Chastain was the only one to have the full issues of that. So because of the weather, qualifying was reduced down to only one round instead of the normal two that they normally do. But Kyle Larson ended up getting pole, and he was the last one to qualify, and he went out there and got pole. But Ryan Blaney started on the inside, and it was a rough day for Spire, I would say, because the first caution was due to all three of the Spire cars. Carson Hocevar up the track into Zane Smith into Corey LaJoie spins. So,
Yeah, but well, technically, whoever was next to Carson and made it 3 wide did actually hit up into whoever was next to Carson, kind of bumped up into Carson, and then that's how the Spire cars got into each other. Whoever was next to Carson got up.
let me see. Because
that's what my dad.
If it's who I think it is, I don't think you want to know who hit. Hold on.
Because that's what my dad said when he watched the replay. He said whoever was next to Carson kind of went up, but also they all checked up in the line.
Okay, it could have potentially been Ryan Preece. That looks like who was beside Carson at that moment in time.
I was gonna say, because I'm pretty sure my dad said whoever was next to Carson is is the one that did that. That and they kind of just all checked up anyways as it was because no one was going. It's fine, no big deal.
But
Warm.
problems for AJ Allmendinger 2 days in a row. He loses a tire, gets into the wall, um, and I believe he's out. Um, I I can't remember. Did he DNF out of both the Xfinity and Cup races?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for the
Because for
same thing,
yeah,
basically.
for the long time for okay, so on Xfinity they just said he was out. For Cup, they just said he was off, and then finally I guess they changed it that he was just out of the race, and I'm like, he should have been out anyways. There's no
Yeah,
reason he was just off the track. He should have just been out because it was the same problem he had in Xfinity that he did with Cup.
yeah. But that those were the only cautions in stage one. Ryan Blaney won stage one. Um, there was a fantastic save by Noah Gragson um, because John Hunter Nemechek turned him sideways and he somehow kept it straight and didn't touch the wall. So like everybody thought that he was gonna hit the wall or it was gonna be worse, but he caught it and he kept going. But because he was sideways, like for a like longer amount of time, the caution was thrown. There was no caution, but Zane Smith actually lost a tire, but he made it back to pit road, so which is why they didn't. Um, a lot of flat tires. Michael McDowell, Alex Bowman had vibrations. Same with Kyle Busch. Um, there were a lot of green flag pit stops for this. But at lap 182, Daniel Hemrick got into the wall and it brought out a caution. Um, Kyle Larson ended up winning stage two, which you got the highs and lows because after he wins stage one, or sorry, stage after he wins stage two, what is this, 12? Maybe 12 laps later, Kyle Larson spins Daniel Suarez from fifth, and then when Kyle Larson goes to the middle, a three wide position, Kyle Larson goes up the track and is hit by Denny Hamlin. Um, and so the highs and lows of a NASCAR race. Um, Chris Buescher was leading for a hot minute, but he did lose a tire and did get into the wall, bringing out a caution. Kyle Busch got into the wall as well, but it did not bring out a caution. And ultimately, you had green flags to the end of the race, and Ryan Blaney won in Iowa, which means he is the first. So first he wins the inaugural Cup race in Iowa, and he's also the first driver to win in all three series in Iowa.
That's my pick.
Yes, yes, Molly did pick.
Molly's Molly's pick one. Mr. Ryan Blaney. Bro, literally, not even joking. I told Molly this. I was like, I was literally holding my breath, hoping that Blaney could make it to the flag this time around, since
Yeah.
Gateway was so
Traumatic.
sad. Yes,
Traumatic.
traumatic. I was literally holding my breath, and I'm like, "Come on, Blaney, come on, Blaney, you can do it, you can do it." And then I was like, "Okay, cool, be good. He made it. He's fine. Didn't run out of gas. No big deal. We're cool."
But but yes, so that means um Joey Logano is the only Penske driver that needs to win a race this season. And depending, I don't know. I think he's in top 20 in points right now. So there is a possibility that he could get into the playoffs on points as well. Um,
I don't know because now all the points are changing dramatically. Like it is changing
bro, get this.
dramatically.
Todd Gilliland is 20th in points.
Wait, Todd,
Yes, after the race in Iowa, Todd was 20th in points.
but Todd has been killing it lately.
Like,
Well, he's gotten stage points this year, which is insane.
so
I
he.
don't know.
Toddy Todd.
Toddy Todd. I don't know. All I know is that this year the playoff like points and stuff is dramatic because there's people. Not gonna lie, never thought I'd see Austin Cindric ever win again. I thought Daytona 500. I thought that was gonna be it.
But, like,
And then he
I.
and then he and then he goes and he wins at Gateway because well, he was
If
second, but
if there was any other track, I believe that he would have won at, it would have either been Atlanta or the Indy Road Course. And they stopped racing at the Indy Road Course.
that's true.
So, his only chance would have been Atlanta.
I don't know. All I know is that this year the points are dramatic and they're chaotic, and there's people I feel like that are half points that I would have never thought would have had points.
Please,
So,
for the love of God, can I need Austin to at least get to the top 10. Or no. It goes 16 12 16 12 8. Is that what it is? Okay, I need him to at least get the top 8 because he squeaked by in 2022 when he beat Tyler Reddick at Bristol and squeaked his way in to the next round. So I need a little better this year, okay? But okay, is there any other NASCAR stuff that you guys can think of before or except for like next week?
mm, I don't think so.
Okay. Alrighty. So just two little small IndyCar things. Not including their weekend. Like this coming weekend, I mean. But Fox Sports is going to be airing all the IndyCar races for 2025. There are a lot of people on social media that are telling, like, the NASCAR fans are telling the IndyCar fans, good luck. Um, so, because originally NBC is the one that airs all of the IndyCar races, but now Fox is taking it over. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if they're any better, which they have to do something because they are no longer having Race Hub. They no longer get any of the NASCAR races except for is Truex done with them too after this season?
Mm,
I can't remember what their TV deal is.
I don't. I don't. Has Trucks even said anything about theirs? I don't think so. I think. think Fox is still sticking with trucks.
Okay.
I think. I don't know, but I also don't think that truck has said. I don't think the truck series says anything about it. So they might be sticking with Fox,
Either way,
but I don't know.
we'll see. We'll see. But
Yeah.
and then also, we had spoken about Canapino taking a leave of absence. He will be back at Laguna Seca, um, which is the next race that they will be racing. As for Formula One, just a couple things. The Alpine drivers, Esteban and Pierre, visited the 24 Hours of Le Mans because, if you guys don't know, Alpine has an endurance racing team, which Mick Schumacher is one of the drivers on that team. Um, Ferrari defended their title at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, where they won overall again. Um, and the driver, the Indy Next driver who filled in for Canapino, Nolan Siegel, I believe that was his name, won in the category um, that he was racing in. I want to say it was LMP2. Don't quote me on that because I don't know all of the categories of Le Mans, but he did win his category. Ollie Behrman, we will be back in an FP1 session for Haas at Barcelona this weekend. And everybody's saying that even the team principal over at Haas, that Ollie is one of the biggest candidates for that rate or for that seat. So we shall see. And I can't remember if we spoke about this or not, but they actually tweaked a rule in Formula One. The way that you could obtain a super license in Formula One is you had to be 18 years old, and you had to have an actual driving license in your own country from wherever you're from. That's the way you have to be part of. You have to check off both of those to be able to get an FIA super license. That or a Formula One super license. Let me specify. But this week, or it might not have been this week. It might have been last week. The FIA tweaked the rules. First, removing the clause that made it necessary to have a valid driving license. And then adding in, at the sole discretion of the FIA, a driver judged to have recently and consistently demonstrated outstanding ability and maturity in a single-seater Formula car competition may be granted a super license at the age of 17 years old. So, if a driver is 17 years old and doing well in Formula 2, they could be granted a super license to drive in either Free Practice 1 or in a Grand Prix. So with that rule change, if they grant Kimi Antonelli a super license, if they make that decision, he could even be in for Barcelona, or I think he might have to wait until. Hold on, I don't know. I don't actually know the schedule of. Okay, so some people, if he isn't granted it, a lot of people think that they'll wait until he turns 18, which is in August. And so, meaning with that, if he is granted when he turns 18, that he could potentially be in either a Williams or a Mercedes in Monza, which is actually his home race. Um, and I finally went over the regulations for 2026. Um, so I'm gonna kind of go over the stuff that they said that is going to be changing. The cars are going to be more agile. They're going to be about 30 kilos lighter. I don't know what the comparison is to pounds, so I get that I'm American. Okay, we use pounds, but I don't know. I don't know the um, conversion of kilos to pounds. Um, but they believe because of that, they will better able to battle on track, and they have redesigned the power unit, featuring increased battery power and an even split between internal combustion engine and the electric power, plus the use of 100% sustainable fuels, which Formula One is very big into sustainability. That's what they try to strive for. Um, and they're talking about active aerodynamics in the form of movable front and rear wings to allow closer racing. Their increased overtaking opportunities through the induction of a new system that gives drivers a short burst of additional battery power when within 1 second of the car in front. So I would assume that's similar to how DRS works, um, and as well as improved safety through stronger structures, and they're also testing, putting the cars through tougher tests to make sure they can withstand those, as well as there's a commitment from a record number of 6 power unit manufacturers in 2026. So we'll see how this goes. I've heard like a lot of things that I think a couple of drivers have said that like they prefer that the car wouldn't be lighter just because of how easily that it could potentially like Formula 1 cars aren't heavy as it is. So it could potentially cause some problems. Um, but yeah, so there hasn't been really any other news because they haven't been, neither IndyCar or Formula One have not raced this past weekend. But now it is Xfinity, Cup, IndyCar, and Formula One this weekend. So we got 4 races. Both Xfinity and Cup are going to be in Loudon, New Hampshire, which I do believe is the track that you get a lobster for winning.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, that is really big in New Hampshire. Um, I is there? Oh no, hold on. I was sitting here thinking that New Hampshire was near Connecticut, and it's not. They're kind of far apart. Um, but anyway, um, so we got New Hampshire. Um, IndyCar is going to be at Laguna Seca, um, in Monterey. I believe that's where it's at, and then Formula One in Barcelona. So let's kick it off. Who do we got for Xfinity in Loudon?
Look at my handy dandy notes here. Molly, who you got, buddy?
We got Riley and Carson Kowalfel.
Okay.
I have to find it now. I have Cole Custer. I don't know why I said his name like that. And Jesse.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Matt DiBenedetto, and then my long shot. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised you didn't say Alex Bowman.
I, I love Alex. I actually almost did say Alex, but
Okay. Oh gosh, who's my long shot? You know what? Fine. I'll go for it. I'll say Alex Bowman for my long shot. So
my boy Alex, love him.
Maddie, yeah, Maddie D and Alex Bowman. Um, and for the Cup Series, the USA Today 301. Um,
Got Alex and Ty.
okay. There's no unusual names on the entry list. So all of our
I got
regular series or full series regulars. Who you
I
got?
got I got Ty and Carson.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Christopher Bell. Just because he's won here before. Um, and I don't know how well he ran last year, but I'm gonna say Ross Chastain just because I want to see him kiss a lobster.
Okay.
So,
Not bad.
Christopher Bell and Ross Chastain.
Not bad, not bad.
Now for Laguna Seca. I'm trying not to pick the same people every week in IndyCar because I don't know all of the drivers.
Well,
um,
I feel like IndyCar is almost the same. It's like the same like top five people. So it is hard. It's like the same way with Formula One. It's like the same five, three, four people up there all the time. So it's hard.
For Indy, I have Scott Dixon and Alex Palou.
okay.
Those are good ones.
You know what? I'll go. I'll go teammates. I'll go Colton Herta, Kyle Kirkwood.
It's me. I don't even know. Hmm. Molly, who'd you say?
Scott Dixon and Alex Palou.
Okay, okay, okay. I have no idea. Whatever. I didn't think this one through very well. Whatever. I'm gonna say Pato and Rossi.
Wait, all the teammates. Okay.
That's funny.
Um. Ooh. Okay. Now for Barcelona. Um. Gonna be honest. I want a Carlos Sainz because it's his home race. Um. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Carlos and. Ooh, Barcelona's fast. It's Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Um, Which I think they actually changed it from last year. I don't remember that little. I don't remember turns 1 and 2 being like that. I thought it was just a rounded one. Ooh. Okay, so Carlos and what if miraculously Alex Albon?
That's out there.
What?
All right.
What if? What if?
I mean, I did a good old classic, Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris. That's what I stuck with.
Go Oscar
Okay.
and
That's a good one.
George.
Okay. Oh, oh no, I think we might have mentioned it the episode before. With George finishing third. Where did you pick him? For Montreal. Do you know where you placed him?
I think he was my long shot.
I know that Molly and I lined it up very well. We literally picked the second and the third place winner.
That is Lando Norris in a suit.
Woo! Okay.
Sorry.
I know that the last time F1 raced, Molly and I lined it up perfectly because we picked them in the right order. I know that.
So, Molly got George right for Canada in third place. And then you got Lando in second place, right?
Yes.
So, that's what it was. But okay. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I mean, I would. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. I think I'll go. I think I'll go with a wish. Alex Albon. So. Alrighty. We're just 1 week closer to Nashville. Which I'm actually going to Nashville, by the way. So it's gonna be a fun one. I'm not gonna be there for Cup, but I will. I'm actually going out Friday night, so like I won't be there for the truck race, but like I'll be there during the day of the truck race. So it's my friend's birthday, so we're going out after they get done in the garage. So, but alrighty. Can you guys think of anything else?
No.
Alrighty. Well, that will do it for us, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This has been the 19th episode of the Trackside Girls podcast. That is actually kind of ironic because this is the episode that we told you guys about Truex is retiring. Anyway, let's do the outro. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Alright, it goes peace.
Peace.
Love. And race cars. Alright.
I did a new one.
Oh,
it's Alex's.
The best friends one. The win?
No, it's Alex's Vegas win one.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. I thought the best friends one was the win one. But alrighty. Good night, guys.